Hello, hello. Good afternoon, everybody. How are you? Let me know when you come on. Make sure to say hello. I'm Teresa with Teresa Renee Art. I'm the owner of Decoupage Queen and the Royal Court Arts and Crafts and TH Decor. Hello, hello, Miriam. How are you? How is everybody doing? Make sure to let me know when you're here. Say hello. Hi, 6+ mom. Hello. And if you do catch the replay, make sure to type in hashtag replay so that I know you joined. And it just lets us know that you were watching. Sometimes we can't catch these things live, so we have to watch the replays, and that's just fine. Hi, Dorothy. Hello, Nikki. How are you? Love to see you here. Thank you, guys. Come on in. Welcome, welcome. Toyi, hello. Thank you, guys. Hi, Beth. Nice to see you. Thank you, guys. So many friends I haven't seen in a while. Hi, Diana. Thank you, guys, for joining. So I am streaming 3 places today, just in case I'm responding to something that you don't see on your end in the comments. I'm on my own art page. I'm on the Decoupage and Mixed Media Inspirations group, and I'm also streaming on YouTube. We don't get a lot of viewers on YouTube, but I do like putting it out there for those who aren't necessarily Facebook users. So anyway, that's how we roll here. Hello, Lori. Normally I'm on Tuesdays and Thursdays, 5 p.m. That's my normal time. However, not a week goes by that I don't have to change something. So that's the time and the days that I generally strive for. But sometimes I have to switch things up. So today I'm going to be doing an upcycle wine box, you guys. So there was a wine box. I think it was Kelly. It was either Kelly or Nicole. I think it was Kelly, though. Yes, I think it was Kelly, who did a wine box recently, and it was to die for. It was so pretty. It was done with one of our Howard David Johnson papers and some beautiful, beautiful detail work, like a lot of the Calembour, like leopard paper. It was just gorgeous. So I had one like ready. This is what I have right now. This ridiculous pizza baker guy, wine guy. I have had one, and I've been wanting to do one for a while. So I figure why not do it now? Today is the day. And we're actually going to use one of my favorite paintings of all time. We're going to use this one. This is the John Singer Sargent Madam X painting. So we're going to use that on 2 sides of it. And I'm just so excited about all of the possibilities. So I'm going to turn my camera down because we have 1 hour, you guys. We have 1 hour. I don't like to go over because oftentimes that will eat into somebody else's time. Because, you know, we've got, I mean, crafters go on every hour. And so I like to just take my space and then give it up for somebody else whenever I do this. So this is what I have. This is this wine box. I could have painted it in advance, but I actually wanted you guys to see how ugly it was. So I didn't paint it. We're actually going to cover him up with some Pentart acrylic primer. And then what I thought was I'm going to do this print. This is John Singer Sargent's Madam X. She lives right now. This painting hangs in the Metropolitan Museum of Art in Boston. And I have actually seen it in person. It is just absolutely phenomenal. So I'm going to share some tidbits about this painting as I go. So, you know, I am very fascinated with John Singer Sargent. He's my favorite artist of all time. And so I actually had asked my friends over at Paper Designs to give us some John Singer Sargent prints. And this is one of the ones that I asked for, so I'm so glad that they did it. And then I'm going to be pairing her with our weathered damask paper. And I had thought originally that I would put her along the front and the back, but what happens is because of these clasps and the length of her, those are going to be in an awkward spot. So I think it's better if we do the pattern on the front and then we put her along the sides, because I just have more room to work with along the sides if I do it that way. And I'm actually going to do her on both sides. She's long, she's lean, she's elegant. And so very like just exactly what, you know, a very elegant, sexy bottle of wine will go inside this, and our theme will match. So hi, Sandy. Okay, so I'm going to paint this with acrylic primer. This is the Pentart acrylic primer, and it's just a white primer kind of base. And I'm going to paint, I need to paint the whole thing. So hopefully this won't take too long. You won't get bored. But I am going to just paint the whole thing with this primer so that I get a nice surface to work with. You know, we're not going to be able to finish this tonight, obviously, but I'm thinking we're definitely going to have to add some molds to it and just a lot of very lovely embellishments to really make it elegant and to glam it up more so than the, what did you guys think of the little bistro dude on here? Is it time to say goodbye to him and do something else? I think I got this at our Goodwill, and I got it for $6.99 or $5.99, something like that. And I couldn't pass it up. So who here saw the project that I'm talking about that Kelly did with her wine box? It was I guess it was about a month or two ago. It was really, really pretty. And she used the Queen Boudica paper, the one of the lady wearing the red dress. And I'm talking about Kelly Cat Crafts. Oh, hi, Julie. How are you? I hope you're doing well. So we're going to get one side, and I'm just trying to work around the hardware a little bit. We're going to take the opportunity to refresh the hardware with some wax as well, and just make this whole thing look brand new. So what are you guys up to today? Anybody doing anything fun? Any fun plans or projects? What projects are you working on? Let me know what you guys have going on. Love getting to know you. It's supposed to start raining here pretty soon. And then I may have to jump off just for disappear for a minute or two because my son has an appointment, a virtual appointment at 5:30. He's all set up for it, but in case he needs some help getting on there, I might have to disappear for just a few minutes or a minute or two at 5:30, just FYI. Hopefully he remembers. I told him he was responsible enough to remember his appointment now. We'll see. We'll see how that works out. Okay. Sometimes he gets on YouTube and watches me. So if he gets on, I'll remind him. Making curtains and placemats. Okay, that sounds fun. That sounds fun for sure. You missed Kelly's live, but you have this. Oh, you have the exact same one. Okay, awesome. That'll be so good. The Nouveau Champagne ladies. Yeah. How perfect is that? I didn't even think about that. That would be perfect. For sure. The Robin box challenge. Okay, what's the box challenge? Tell me about that. I think I missed that challenge. So I'm going to be on Saturday, you guys. I am going to be back on here. We're doing it where it's actually part of an event, and I'm going to be making ATCs, which are artist trading cards. I have never made them before. I've done plenty of tags, like small tags, but that's what we're going to be doing on Saturday. And it's a mystery challenge. So I actually have a package that I received from Amanda Dorier that I who is with Simply Flamazing. She's my partner, and I haven't opened it. It's a no peeking thing. So we'll see how that goes. Oh, wonderful. So Miriam's working on a telephone table. Sandy, you treated yourself to a beautiful craft mat. How awesome. That's great. Small jewelry box any way you want. Okay, fun. That sounds fun, Dorothy. Is it any jewelry box, or she decides which jewelry box you have to use? Does she send you the jewelry box? Or can it be anything? All right. All right, let me get this dry. Oh, fun. Oh, that's awesome. That's a fun way to do it for sure. Sandy, yes, I will send a Telegram reminder for Saturday. I am on, I think at 2:00 my time. It's either 1:00 or 2:00 my time. I can't remember. I'll have to go back and look, but yeah, I will send out a Telegram before I go on. And I'm actually right after I'm following Jane Belante. I'm right after her. But it's an all day thing. There's several of us doing it. So you're likely to see some advertisements and reminders all over the place. So that'll be a lot of fun though. It's a really good lineup. We've got lots of great crafters, and there's a few of us who actually never have done AATCs before too. So they kind of shook it up, and we're just going to see what happens, They have a lot of more confidence in us than I think we have in ourselves. But I got some. I was going to practice a few. In fact, if I like it, I may come back and do some with y'all. We'll see. But I'll be streaming here right on Teresa Renee Art. and then I think it's just going to be shared. There's a group that's sponsoring it, so I think it's going to be shared into that group. So if Amanda happens to pop on tonight, I will ask her to share the details. Sometimes she comes on. All right, so this is going to be so fun. I don't drink alcohol, you guys, so I personally would never use something like this, but how fun would it be to give a beautiful bottle of wine as a gift? And that's kind of what I'm working on now. Is like I've switched gears and I'm starting to work on my handmade Christmas presents, if you will. Not necessarily Christmas themed, but things that I can give as gifts to the extent that they don't sell, right? It's always the thing is like, all right, well, let me make something multi-purpose and see what happens. So I've got 3 of 4 sides painted here. And let me dry this one more time. Hello, hello. Sandy, there's a graphic that tells you the times and the lineup, and you should be able to find everybody just on their pages. Let me see. I'm going to try to find it and see if I can tag you. Let's see. Where is it? I don't know if I've actually shared. I might not have shared the graphic yet. I'm going to share. Okay, so what I'll do, Sandy, as soon as I'm done here, I will come back and share that graphic. Oh, there it is. I see it. It is on my page. It's a little ways down. Sandy. I don't know if I can tag you. More. No, it's not letting me tag you. But it's on my main page a good way down. But I'll share it again as soon as I get off here. So my time is 1 p.m. Central, which is 2 p.m. Eastern. Okay, you guys. So this is dry enough for me to go ahead and get the first one on. So again, this is my John Singer Sargent. I'm trying to figure out where I want the crease to go. Just probably not like right at the neck, but probably right there is fine. Yeah. Thank you, Sue. So that's good. Okay. So let me tell you a little bit of about this painting. So John Singer Sargent, he was an American painter in the 1800s, and he had made a name for himself doing portrait commissions. He was working in Paris in the 1840s, and during that time, you know, pretty much the whole goal of painters in this era was to get their paintings placed into the Paris salon. That was like the big deal, right? So if you could be shown at the Paris salon and have your works shown and praised at the salon, then you had really made it as an artist. Hi, Patricia. So of course we all know that he had made it as an artist and he didn't really need to do more than what he was already doing. But he actually came across this lady. Her name is Amelia Gautreaux, and she was born in Louisiana, but she was basically like an icon in Paris because of the way she carried herself, her fashion sense. She was basically like, the ideal of beauty during that time. And so while Sargent was actually a commission, he worked on commissions. He was a portrait artist for commissions. He actually approached her and her family and requested her to sit for him, which was highly unusual for him because he wasn't getting paid by the family to do her portrait. So he was doing it basically for notoriety because she was such a sought after kind of Parisian figure. He was hoping that he could capitalize on her reputation basically to help his reputation. So that was his goal in asking her to sit for him and in painting her. And he decided that he wanted to really be very, very daring and just kind of take artistic license with her painting and just do something that really hadn't been done before. And what he did so differently was he put her in this black dress. And when it was originally painted, of course, you can see how revealing and how low cut the neckline was. Hey, Amanda, how are you? And so what he did when he originally painted this was he actually painted the shoulder strap coming off of her right arm. And so he did exhibit her in the salon at 1844, but unfortunately, people were just appalled at the painting. They did not appreciate it. They thought it was disgusting. They thought it was too scintillating, and they basically said it was inappropriate. So instead of being lauded and gaining, notoriety for this beautiful, amazing painting he was basically like cast out from Paris. So it was so humiliating for him that he basically ended up leaving Paris and going back to the USA. Well, he held on to the painting for he took it back home with him. He held on to it for a long time, and the family hated it. I don't know what she personally thought of it, but the family didn't like it because they thought it was they were humiliated by it. And so he kind of kept it to himself and hid it away in his studio for about 30 years. And then he eventually repainted the shoulder strap. And then he did gift it to the museum, to the Met, the Metropolitan Museum of Art. And under the condition that her name not be attributed to it, because he didn't want to cause her further embarrassment. Of course, we all know who the artist is or who the model is now, but when he was nearing the end of his life, he did have a chance to go visit it at the Met. And what he said at the time was that he believes it was his greatest work. And, so he definitely had a connection to it, and he believed in it. And of course, it is what it is now because he didn't stop believing. So anyway, this one is called Madam X. And yes, it was way too seductive at the time. But now it's just a gorgeous woman in a beautiful dress with a lot of history attached to it. So that's the story of John Singer Sargent and Madam X. I know I owe you guys the story of the John Singer Sargent and the El Jalejo painting. I am going to circle around to that again, I promise. But it's more than I can take on at the moment because there's just going to be so much detail that has to go into that one. So I have to pick a better time for me to tackle that one again. So anyway, that's my art history lesson 101 for today. Amanda, are you still on? Because everybody was asking for details about the ATC challenge. I don't know if you happen to have, I don't think you can share the graphic in there, but let us know if you know what time it starts and who's starting it off and how many artists there are. I don't remember. I know I have the graphic on my page, but I think it's the old graphic. So if you've got some info to share, that would be lovely. You can also share the link to the group where people can watch it in one place. I can't remember what that group is either. So anyway, everybody's decided that they want to see me do that ATC challenge. You're so welcome. It's one of my favorite things to do is to read the stories behind the paintings, because every painting has a story attached to it. It's one of my favorite like genres and literature too, is if I can find and it doesn't even have to be the real story as long as it has some truth to it, but if I can find some historical novel about an artist and a painting, I'm all in. So anyway, I'm going to do the weathered damask. I'm going to do it on the front. It's not necessarily designed to be a repeating pattern, but it will repeat if you piece them together. You piece the designs together. You can make it one. So, all right, I hear my son. Evan, are you getting ready for your speech, honey? Okay, is the computer still up? All right, we'll try to log in and then let me know if you need help. So I may have to run and help him for a second, you guys. So yeah, I'm gonna try to make it repeating. I'm gonna leave the edges alone because I'm gonna end up painting them. Awesome, awesome. Very good. All right, so I'm gonna continue the pattern. Ooh, hello. Sorry about that, you guys. I dropped my, I went too far into my camera space and we fell. Sorry about that. All right. There we go. So yes, I have my box from Amanda and I am dying to open it too. I haven't peeked, which is really unusual for me. Evan, how you doing, sweetie? Did you get in? Okay. Do you see the email? Do you see the email? Yeah, this is such a great paper, you guys. It really is. All right. See if I can. Okay, I hear him talking, so that's a good sign. Looks like that one. That's going to line up okay. All right. Okay. Let's see. Oh, no, sorry. I wasn't talking to you, Robin. I was talking to my son. He's got a virtual appointment he has to be on. And I hear him talking to her, so that's a good sign. All right. So you guys, my daughter's on a mission trip right now with the church, with the youth group. And I feel so bad because she, they called, so they said she had some sort of rash. And they had to take her to, you know, my pattern got a little wonky there. So I'm actually going to, I'm like slightly off center, which I don't like. So I'm going to use a different piece. Paper. Yeah, this is called Madam X. I've been dying to use her since she came out. I want to do like a whole Sargent series. There's another paper that I just got. This is also a painting by Sargent. This is called Lady Agnew of Lochnaw. And I'm going to do a project with her too. I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but it's gorgeous. So I want to do pretty much all the Sargent paintings that I have. I am going to do some projects with, because he's my fave. All right, let's see here. I think that works out better. And then if I trim it, yeah. Okay, I'm more centered now. I feel better. I was not feeling very good about how that was lining up, but this one's going to line up much better. Minimize Audrey Hepburn. Yeah, she's amazing. She definitely is. Celebrities are difficult because of the whole public domain issue and who owns the rights to their photographs. So I generally tend to stay away from celebrities of any kind, just because I don't want to get sued, you know. All right, so it's generally not a good idea to risk it, you know. In fact, I was reading something about, like, because I really love like Frida Kahlo and some of the prints that you see with her. I really, really love a lot. But I have read some things about like her family. They will protect their rights when it comes to her likeness. And so, you know, I just don't like to take chances like that. Plus, I'm all about protecting artists and artist rights. So I never want to do things that aren't completely above board and licensed correctly. So, That's why we don't feature, but that's kind of the why we don't do a lot of or any really celebrities in our designs. Some of our partners have done some. Okay. So just trying to line that up. It is not, again, it's not a perfectly repeating pattern, but that's okay. It's going to work enough for what I need here. All right. So I'm just trying to get, a little bit about a little bit around the sides here. Sorry for not coming still here. Just cooking. Oh yeah, no worries, Miriam. Glad you're here still. Okay. All right. Okay, we'll get that on there. And then, of course, a little touch-up paint is going to go a long way with this for sure. So we're going to finish that off all the way to the handle. I'll just cut it right around there. What's for dinner tonight? What you guys making? Anybody doing anything good? Awesome. Thank you, Amanda. You guys feel free to follow Amanda too, because she's going to be, did you say you're going to be kicking us off, Amanda? So if you follow her and you watch her first and then just hop along as it's each presenter's turn on Saturday, then by default, you won't miss me because you will have been watching them all. Okay, so let's do that. And all right. So did I share? I know I started to say my daughter's on a mission trip. Did I share the rest of it? So she ended up, she developed some sort of weird rash while she was gone. And they called me, the counselors called me. They ended up having to take her to the urgent care. She's fine, but yeah, they had to take her to the urgent care because she had, I guess, like sat in some sort of plant grass that did not agree with her. So she ended up with a nasty rash that was spreading. And it wasn't poison ivy. They don't think it was poison ivy, Dorothy. They think it was some sort of grass that she happened to be allergic to. And I really feel bad for her because she was at camp last week. And she ended up with she had gotten a bee sting that got infected. So like literally she came home on Friday from camp and I took her to the doctor on Saturday. And they said it was infected. So they gave her an antibiotic. And then this week she turns around and she gets, I'm like, well, she's still fine to go on the mission trip. They said yes. So I sent her on the mission trip with her antibiotics, and now she's getting some sort of weird rash. So anyway, really feel for her right now. I was like, okay, Lizzie. Those things are never fun. I know. I feel so bad for her. Oh. So she's like, I did talk to her today because they weren't allowed to bring their cell phones, but one of the counselors had theirs and they let her call me today. So I did talk to her and she's like, Mom, I don't want to go anywhere else this summer. I know. I know. Yeah, I don't think she's allergic. She's had that antibiotic before without a problem. So I don't think that was it. They do, I think, and I'm allergic to certain types of grass too. So I could definitely see how that could happen. But, you know, my daughter has ADHD, and when her medicine wears off, she tends to get a little floppy, and I have literally seen her outside rolling around in the grass. So it doesn't surprise me at all. Does not surprise by any of it. All right, so I'm gonna attach this piece because I've got a little piece here, and I'm gonna attach that piece right along the middle here. Yeah. She had some Benadryl with her too. But yeah, we're gonna have to go see the allergist and get her like the scratch test or whatever. And you know, I had it done years ago. And we'll just see how she does with that, because she is deathly afraid of needles of any kind. So she's gonna have to get some sort of sedative or something to do that. Poor thing. So anyway, that's my sweet girl. All right, so I'm going to continue up here. And we will see where we end up on this one. Yeah, and I remember I had to do those shots, like the allergy shots. I had to do it twice a week for like 3 or 4 years. It was pretty crazy. So for someone who's deathly afraid of needles to have to do that, this is not going to be a fun experience for her. She is 13, Denise. She is 13. And she's there with her sister who's 12. And I mean, immediately when they called me, they were like, yeah, your daughter has developed some sort of weird rash. I'm like, well, I assume you're not talking about Emily. I knew exactly who they were talking about. She does also have very sensitive skin too. Like, she's had eczema and all kinds of stuff. So we're just going to have to see when she returns what we need to do. Okay, so let me stop it right there. And yes, like I said, ideally, I think, you know, I really wanted to put the image here on the front and the back, but I just don't think with this particular image that was the right call. So I think it'll be a nice surprise when you flip this over on its side and then you see her on both sides. I think that will be quite lovely. Okay. So see how I turned a non-repeating paper into a repeating one? All right. I need to I need to dry. I need to hit this with a dryer. And I'm going to paint this side white. Sorry for that view here. Let me hit this with a dryer. Thank you guys. I know. I know. All right, let me hit this with a dryer. That's a good idea, Sandy. When she gets shots now, I have to give her, we look up funny cat videos and I give her YouTubes of cat videos, which distracts her a little bit. But if she has to do like the shots ongoing, she's definitely going to need something, some sort of strategy. So that's a great idea. All right, now I didn't get to paint this side, so I'm going to do that. And we're going to repeat Madam X. We're going to repeat her on this side as well. Also, I wanted to tell you, Madam X is actually also available in large format, like for a dresser or something, and any of our retailers can get her in large format. If you're intrigued enough with her story and you feel like maybe you're a little bit scandalous too, you can also get Madam X in a large format size. And if I did furniture, I guarantee you I would be doing a piece with Madam X on it. So yeah, it's not bad. I had it too, and I didn't think it was bad either. All right, so let me dry this real fast. Oh, okay. Yeah. Hey, Nicole, it might be if you're watching in the Decoupage and Mixed Media Inspirations group, it's because that group is a private group, and so you can't share videos from there. But if you go to my page and watch me from there, you can share from my page. Okay, so I just want to get, before we end tonight, I want to get that other side on, and then we'll come back on Tuesday and we will start painting the sides and doing some blending. We've got quite a bit of blending to do. We're probably going to do, I'm not going to go overkill with molds, but we will do a few decorative molds on it as well. So I'll have to go play with my mold stash and see what I have that's going to work well. But let me go ahead and get the next side going. So we can get that nice and dry before we meet again. And then where's my, so I'm going to bring that up a little bit. Come up here. There we go. Just come up a little bit higher. Okay. Do my scientific bendy technique of cutting. Blue patchwork is not retired. No way, Dorothy. If I have anything to say about it, that one is going to have to stick around for a long time. Okay. Yeah, I was going through a lot of the papers today and reordering. And of course, my challenge is when I reorder papers, sometimes I forget that a paper is retired, or I don't delete it from my reorder sheet. And like, I have been known to accidentally reorder retired papers. It has happened. Yeah, because my supplier, they'll print whatever I tell them to print. They don't care, you know. So anyway, that has happened before. But I was going through it today, and we do have a lot of now like completely gone, sold out prints. So that's all. I can't stress it enough. Like, if there's something that you like, don't hesitate to get it. And if you like it a lot, you should always get a few, because you just never know. Yeah, it's not retired. So stock up on it, because someday it will be. Someday it will be. Not today, though. All right, so we'll get her on there, and then we will say goodnight to y'all and come back on Tuesday. Of course, I'll see you again on Saturday, but we're not going to be working on this. We're going to be working on something else. So I do hope that you can join me on Saturday, you guys, and come show up for all the presenters. Let's see how I do with ATCs, if I can manage to figure that out, because it's like not my wheelhouse, you know. But I'm sure I'll come up with something. And plus, it's a mystery, so I have no idea what's in the box either, you know. And I'm hoping Amanda was nice to me. I think she might have been nice to me. She knows me well enough by now. Hopefully to know what some of my preferences are. But if not, you know, I'm just going to roll with it. Yep, Saturday is the ATC challenge. That's right. Okay. Oh, thank you, Amanda. You were nice to me, right? If not, I have your address. So, and I actually picked her name too. And I sent her, her challenge is going to be, I think she might even be a little bit overwhelmed because I think I sent way too much. But I also took the opportunity to de-stash my craft room. It's like, hey, why not? All right, you guys. So that's what I have for you tonight. We did all the decoupage and priming work on this wine box. Thank you for joining me. We are going to, yes, that would be amazing. Dorothy, yes, that's such a great idea. But ours is in October, and I heard that you're coming, Dorothy. You guys, so just a reminder, if you don't know what Dorothy's talking about, Mara and I have a workshop coming up in October. We are doing the Enchanted garden workshop, and we're actually going to do a live here pretty soon to show our projects again. It is an in-person workshop. It's in Fallbrook, California. I can't remember the dates. I think it's the weekend of October 14th. It is in person, and we also have an online version if you're not able to join us in person. Of course, we would love to see you in person and be there, but we're actually going to be doing two projects, two complete projects. So we're going to be doing like an Enchanted Garden book box, and then also an amazing boot. So I'm going to be working on a sample to send to her so she can show both projects, and then she's going to send me one so I can show you both projects here as well. But the link is on my link tree, so you can go take a look at that. It's going to be so much fun. So thank you guys for joining me. Dorothy, it is not September 13th, 14th, and it's October 13th, 14th, and 15th. Not September. That was last year's dates, I think. So it's in October. You guys, thank you for joining us, and I will see you guys on Saturday, hopefully, and we'll see you then. All right, have a great evening, and take care. Okay, bye-bye.